My name is Steve Schneider. I'm the CEO of Homes for the Homeless. And next to me is my good close friend, Ryan Cooper, who, separate from being one of our original board advisors, is a movie producer, a movie actor, a fitness buff, and and a supermodel. It's an honor to have you here, Ryan. We first got you in. It was Bloomberg actually gave us a call and said, there's people freezing to death at the bus depot in Newark, New Jersey, and nobody is willing to help these people. And you guys are 3,000 miles away, and but you look like you have a good crew, and can you help? And so we called you and all of our close people together, and everybody pitched in and said, yeah, let's try to help these people in Newark. Before we go into what we're doing here, could you tell me a little bit about your background and how you got into philanthropy? I forgot to add Ryan Cooper, the philanthropist. I mean, that's an important piece of the puzzle here. It's why we're here.
I mean, I just felt very compelled with what the mission of Homes for the Homeless was, that to find places for people that are in need, to have a place that's safe, that's sheltered, and having grown up with a family that dedicated their lives to taking care of people, and then the building background, and as we spoke about, the first ever job that I had was as a builder. That was
it's amazing,
creating a shipping container into a mobile home, which was the concept. The reuse of expended product, even in that, was such a resourceful
it's a recycled beginning. Completely recycled product,
and then to see the community built out was wonderful to see and wonderful to be a part of, especially knowing your background with the fires and how you were impacted, and the ability for those to be transplanted wherever they're needed.
It was called Hope Village 1 there, and it was such a good group of people. Everybody really wanted to pitch in and help. And so I was unfortunately 3,000 miles away, so I couldn't, I knew what was going on. We built 40 units, but you were out there actually. I saw pictures of you moving doors, and you had your tool belt and your hard hat on, and you were just dove right in. You're doing stuff, and so what was it like out there?
Oh, I have to also caveat that it was the minimal lift compared to what you all were doing in terms of the structure, and that was a privilege to be there. It was lovely, I work with I've been out a few times with other nonprofits, and the dedication that it takes, the planning, the thought to go out and prepare to take care of people, and so to find a solution that sits in the bracket that is good for both cost effective and for the people is very, very important.
We were considering that a big success because those people were freezing to death in the middle of winter, and we did this in the middle of winter, in the middle of COVID. It was really a challenge. And so now when we fast forward, then everyone's talking about dignified housing.
Sure. Yeah.
And so we thought, let's comb the globe and see what we can do to come up with dignified housing that's more dignified than the square box shipping containers that we were using. And so then we came across the unit that we're sitting here, this vessel, and which we've branded as on the affordable housing side, NESSEL, which the name means Miracle of God. The NESSEL brand is for affordable housing, disaster relief, and people like myself who lost my home in fires. I would have given my eye teeth to be in something like this. I was in a hotel for 18 months. But so we went out and we said, what, if dignified housing is the new mission now, let's find the best.
Luxury.
Luxury
no, it
housing.
really is.
I wasn't there, but I heard rumors of everyone talking about safe space.
Safe.
Yeah, and I think that was the big point, is that when they're out there vulnerable in the elements,
Yeah.
you know, they're all their belongings. They can't go to the bathroom. They can't go shopping. They can't go apply for a job.
Yeah.
All the stuff is just out there, and they feel very vulnerable, and they are.
Well,
I mean, it's not they feel, they are vulnerable. And so when they were able to get into that shipping container, it was all steel, and the doors steel, and it didn't matter that it looked like a box to them. They felt at least they had safe space.
Space. Yeah.
And
And it's permanent.
Yeah, it's-
you know, you don't feel like it's going to get
nobody's
knocked
gonna-
over by the wind or kicked over by someone when it's unattended. It's
Exactly.
it's dignified in its right, and then to be able to go above and beyond is the humanity aspect and the peace of mind of a home and it being put together. There becomes, I think, internally within us, we have then almost this responsibility to what that structure and organization feels like.
Right.
When we have a cluttered house, it becomes a cluttered mind.
No,
And you just
that's-
have a top and with a bag of clothes, and it's impossible. Impossible to have a.
There's no way to get out of that cycle.
No, there's
You can't apply for a job. You can't do anything. It's a cycle that, I mean, if I didn't have the hotel after the fire, I don't know how I would have maintained
Sure.
the things that I had going, paying bills and running a company and doing all these things. It's impossible. And, you know, just having that hotel gave me the rock to get behind, you know, to get behind a rock and reload.
Sure.
And so, you know, to be out in the elements, it's not possible. So they stay in that cycle, and it just goes over and over and over. What we're trying to do here is end that cycle.
Yeah.
Right. So we're trying to end that cycle and end it in the most dignified way. And yeah, you know, these are maybe nicer than most people would expect to go from homelessness to really luxury. But it's here to make a statement that it can be done. You know, I've lived it, and I've walked in the shoes of these people, and you know, I lost my dog. You know, I've now permanent lung damage. I mean, things happen, and I still haven't rebuilt my house, and it's been since 2017. And so to get out from underneath it, and you know, and I had resources.
Yeah.
So many people don't have resources, and how do you get back on your feet?
Yeah.
And so, you know, I'm looking forward to working with you again.
Me too.
You know,
Yeah,
on this
thank
new
you.
venture.
Yeah.
And you know, and appreciate, you know, the fact that we can relay some of this information, you know, publicly, and you know, and help our community. And you know, maybe we can you know, get you to come back here after you have a good night's rest. And
Yes.
we can start to talk a little bit more about what you know, what the next community is going to look like, because we're starting that, and I want to try to go into those details and how we're going to. You know, improve the community that we created when we started from New Jersey to this, what we're doing now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a real pleasure to get to see the work, and thanks for having me along.
Well, Ryan, it's always a pleasure.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Likewise.
Yeah.